So everything that you will say can and will be used against you. So whatever promises you make that next year as the local president or national president, blah, 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 we will remember. Yes. Great. 30 participants present at the moment. This is looking really good. What do you say, Lauri?
Very good, very good. It's a little bit more than in our first round, which had 13 participants.
Indeed, indeed. A lot of
reputation grows.
Yes, yes. Now we can say that it was a practice round for this one.
Yeah.
By the way, is there somebody now here who is already joining the second training of the same subject? Was somebody also present in the first one?
No.
Okay. All right, all right. So many nice hats.
NHS and care workers. But for those on the front line who are also immigrants, many have to pay an annual fee to use the NHS, even if they work in it. Currently, the NHS surcharge is £400 a year for migrants outside the European Economic Area.
Yes. Was it? Or who was it?
For this year, and after Brexit, it will apply to all migrants, including those from the EEA. But over the last few days,
somebody is maybe
to scrap the
having some extra sounds in the background.
Oh, I think it's me. Sorry.
Yeah. No worries. We are just getting started here, so.
I have a question. Where could you find the documents that you refer to?
Excellent question. We will check that during the meeting, but I can already say that it is in jci.cc and in library.
Yes,
over
and
there.
then you have all kinds of folders, and I never know where to find anything over there. It's chock full of very useful information, but to get it out of there is really chaotic. I can never find anything.
Yes, yes. Excellent that you asked, and we can, if we have time, we can do all the how to find it, or then we can at least send direct links to the Facebook event.
Yeah.
Right after this one, so
that would be lovely.
Yeah, it would be great.
Yeah, but it's a good thing to do, to go and surf around jci.cc library, because yeah, as said, I would say there is a work in process. They have started to organize materials over there, but it is not quite, at least my logic, proved yet.
Això era una cosa molt informal, o sigui, jo m'esperava que sigui una cosa més protocolària, però ha sigut molt d'anar per casa, per tant, tranquil·la.
Okay. Cool. Still more people coming and joining, and I think that is fantastic, but I think we still respect the ones that already are here on time, and we will. Shall we start with taking the first group photo? Yay! Lauri is showing good moves there. So please put your cameras on, have your hats on if you have them, and put your biggest smile on. So we have a couple of screens here. We have to take a couple of pictures. So everybody just keep that fantastic smile for a moment. And one or two more, just a little bit more. Great, fantastic. And then let's start from here. Cool. I think you are seeing now some slides there. So welcome everybody. Officially, this is the the very best and the second of all time annual planning for JCI national and local organizations. So deputy training by me, Jenni Ahlstedt, and also the one and only Lauri Valtonen. Let's kick some ass. Oh yes, and shortly first, why me and Lauri are having this training. So why we would know something about these topics, how to make the annual plan for both local and national organization. So yes, here you can see some of my JCI history. So I have been a local president in 2000 and yeah, very good year. 11 that was in JCI Pirkanmaa in JCI Finland, and I have been a national deputy president and national president in JCI Sweden, then national president 2015, and also a lot of other things during my over 12 years in JCI so far. And here are just a couple of those highlights that have been on my JCI path during this time, the fantastic journey of a JCI member. And then this year I have the honor to serve as a JCI vice president assigned to Europe. So I take care of 7 fantastic national organizations, supporting them and helping in various ways. For example, I know many of also from my countries are joining today, so let's hope you get some support through this one. And yeah, that's about me. Then no. There, Lauri, please.
Thank you. I still feel quite funny about that one picture taken in Estonia during World Cleanup Day in 2018. I still don't know why it's upside down, but yeah, it's it's quite a good representative of my JCI career. Yeah, hello, I'm Lauri Valtonen and I've been a member of JCI Pori Finland since 2007, and I'm not going to bore any of you with the list in the left side, but in my background I've been a national treasurer of JCI Finland and a national president of JCI Finland in 2018, and currently I'm serving as a JCI Europe treasurer, and I'm here to share some insights and one tool of budgeting and dealing with cash flow. So I'm not going to bore you anymore with that one. I'm telling you, singing you a lullaby of numbers in a couple of minutes, but at this moment I just want to share some ideas and learnings I've been having during my 13 years in JCI. But let's move forward. We have only an hour. I could speak of 2 if you let me.
Yes, thank you, Lauri. Yes, what we are going to go through today with this common time we have together. So first of all, a little bit of the big picture, what is going to happen next year when you are a president in your organization. And then Lauri will tell about the sexy part of the financial planning, how to make it work also on the money side. Then monthly actions and responsibilities. I also have one tool for you. I will show it to help in that kind of planning. And then also, how does whatever model is given to you, how do you make it your own so that it works and suits your own organization? Then we also want to start moving towards the goals already today, because we always have only 1 year to lead, and we need to prepare it well to do it good. And then also at the end, those support materials. Fantastic that we already got the question, so we'll then remember to get back to that. But yeah, so when thinking about next year in JCI and your leadership role, so even that we think and we talk and in many ways we think that it's only 1 year, but actually if you think about a clock, like 1 hour, your year as a leader, but in JCI actually the year officially starts, or I'd like you to think that it starts already from the election. So in many organizations it happens somewhere around October. We have also some national presidents for 2021 that are already now elected. But somewhere, whenever your election is, from that moment, you are on the duty and planning until then, 1st of January, going full on. And the year doesn't really end the 31st of December. It is until the annual meeting where you get like the members of the organization, they vote that yes, that was well done from the board, and they give you the freedom of responsibility at that point. Until that moment, you are in that position. So think about closely, or more like 1.5 years. Remember that even that you're a leader, you are not doing it alone. You have your board with you, so have also the board with you in the planning phase also with you. You will get them engaged and committed to the goals as well. And even that whatever plan we are going to do, it'll be confirmed and voted in the election meeting or in that meeting where the members say, yes, let's stick to this plan. But it is not a document that is only made for that election moment. It is a document that should be followed throughout the year. So my warm recommendation is that you put your calendar that every quarter, so meaning January, April, July, and also October, you read through your plan of action once more, because you will forget. Life happens and you won't remember everything. So it needs to go back to the document. What was it really that we were supposed to do this year? And then many presidents in JCI and in also other organizations, they do too much because they forget that there is the team around them. Remember to delegate, give tasks to others, communicate. You cannot communicate too well, believe me. So remember to focus on that. Trust the other people. Do reports when asked in different directions. It might be your assigned vice president who asks you some reports, or the members, or the project group, or whatever. And then also, whatever has been done, remember to thank you. Say the thank you and recognize those people who have done something for your organization and helping you. Well, after that year, when you have been the leader, the next year also comes, 2022, and then you are needed as immediate past president. So don't burn yourself totally during the president year. You will need energy to support the new ones again. And yeah, I will tell you the truth. Nobody said it will be easy, and it is not. There will be challenges. Maybe your challenges are different than what I had and Lauri had, but there will be challenges, believe me, and they are learning opportunities. We are here to learn and be better. So it's the thing that just has to be so that we become better leaders. So yeah, when you have this chance, take it and do it as well as you can, and that's the way we create the leaders of tomorrow, and we are making the world a better place through that. And after this fire speech, it's time to get the Lauri show starting. And I will there.
So this is the hot and sexy part. Yeah, I'm here to give you a very, 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 very quick view to budgeting in JCI national organization. Of course, the system is as valid to a local organization, but I'm mainly talking about issues on national level. I have 3 different aspects: budgeting, following the budget, and cash flow. I've built a quick Excel tool for your use, and I will share it in the Facebook event or wherever we decide to provide these slides to you after I've finished talking about it. I'll share my screen now so at least some of you could see the sheets I'm talking about. Let's see. Here. So I think now you should see my Excel file.
And zoom in a little bit.
It has, sorry?
Zoom in a little bit.
Oh, of course, yeah. It has 3 sheets. First sheet here is the budget. You can see it on the annual level, but monthly columns, they are hidden here. They come out by clicking like this way, just to make it easier to read. Yeah, so this is the tool where you plan the costs and profits of the year on the monthly basis. More thorough work you do, the more useful this tool gets. There are some figures added already, but they are just to give you an example. I drew them from this nice hat I have. All the figures in the gray boxes are available to edit any way you like. You can just edit here, for example, partnerships. Their incomes in January might be something else than 250 euros, but they are all free to edit. The next sheet is for you, okay, let's zoom it, is for you to follow your actual costs and profits through your year. This is exactly the same form than in the previous sheet, but this one is to follow. This here you type in the actual costs. From the actual sheet figures run to the first sheet here. In the comparison between annual budget and actual situation. Okay. So whatever you type in the second sheet, it comes up here. So you can do the comparison between the annual budget and the actual costs and profits, and it also gives you an idea of the difference, whether you're within the budget or not. The third sheet here is, let's zoom in, is a cash flow statement / prediction. This is something I find very undervalued but extremely useful tool. Only thing you have to do here when you've done the budgeting properly, only thing you have to do here is to add the 1st of January bank account balance here. Then it keeps track of your cash flow based on your budget and the actual costs and profits. The upper figures here, they are based on the budget, and the lower is based on the actual figures. To say it simple, this tool tells you exactly how much you are planning to use and receive money to your account, and the most important thing, is it possible? As you can see, in my example case, the balance of the bank account on the 1st of January is 0. Because of that, it shows me that I am not able to make all the budgeted payments on February or March. It's red, it's negative number. It shows that my bank account goes below 0. because I have budgeted some expenses there, but I don't have the money. I need to check if I have some money on the account, or otherwise find out if it's possible to postpone some payments until the membership fees roll in on March. All the other months seem fine. So my conclusion is that if I manage to get all the income I budgeted on time and also keep expenses within budgeted frame, I have no need to worry about my account balance at all. So the first sheet here, make your monthly budget as thorough and as honest as possible. That gives you a quite good prediction to the whole year. You will know in advance when you have to be tight on costs and when you can let a little loose if needed. Update the actual costs to the second sheet regularly. No need to do it daily, but once a week, twice a month, depending on your volumes, is quite enough. That way you get to the core of the financial administration. The core of financial administration. Lead your finances. Don't let them lead you. Okay? We are already on the almost on the half of this our 1 hour together. So my time here is up. I'll go share this Excel to the event or whatever we decide to use. If you have any questions, Jenni might give some time for them in the end, or otherwise you can send them to me by email, WhatsApp, Messenger, message carrying pigeon, or even with a fax machine. I'm a banker, I still use fax machine. My contact information will be in the last slide, and of course they will be in the internet and in Facebook and in LinkedIn. And by the way, feel free to connect to me in Facebook or LinkedIn. Whatever questions come to your mind, please contact me and I'll explain more thoroughly how this tool works. But I think as a banker, I can understand it, so it must be quite simple to use for everybody. So thank you by now. I'll give the microphone back to Jenni.
Thank you. And Lauri, you are getting good comments here on the chat. So yes, very good work. And this tool is getting more and more fans and users. I can see that. Great. And yeah, also during the rest of this session, feel free to message in the chat if you want something. And I think we will have time for questions at the end too. So you can also save some questions for the end. But otherwise, Lauri will be checking the chat during the rest of the slides. So cool, let's move on. Fasten your seatbelts. Yes, so then moving on to monthly actions and responsibilities in the board. Even that you make like the normal annual plan of action that you will do, I'm quite sure that you don't put, and it's not meaning that you would put every single task that will happen during the year to that plan of action. No, that public like plan of action that will be also voted in the election meeting or whatever your general assembly and voted by the members. That is like the guidelines and the direction where you're gonna lead and what are the goals for your year as a president. But then how the normal weekdays go in the board, either local board or national board, let's take a closer look about that. And there we have a link. You will get this link later, as well as all our these materials. And of course that there is the slide. Cool. So this is something that I created this document when I was National Deputy President. So that was in 2014. And I made it for my National President year for the whole National Board to act on. And of course, this is an old version. I have updated a little bit last November when I published this now. But this is done many years ago, so this is maybe not from all the parts actual right now or even next year, but it gives you a picture what will happen during the year, and these things happen every year, so it's not like a rocket science that every new president should do this from the scratch. Quite many things go on year after year after year in our organization in different levels. But what I have wanted to do is, of course, to make the board work easier. And actually this starts earlier. I was talking about that from October or whenever is your election meeting, the General Assembly, where you get elected to the position. But this starts even earlier. So this plan starts from September this year. So the year before you are the leader. And when making the plan of action for next year. And then this document is full of abbreviations. So the short versions like National Board, NB, and so on. So when reading this, you might get confused, but I tried to put that all these short versions have been written longer earlier in the document, so they should be there. So I've tried to put here what roles in the board have some tasks in different months. So it's not only for the president, it is also for example, Secretary General, the national kickoff leader, is it the project leader, or what title is taking care of that, the information officer, the treasurer, and so on. And also when this was done for my board, so then also it might be that you have totally different titles or you have divided the tasks differently in your board. So always remember that this was only the old model. And here in the plan, not only what things should be discussed in the board meetings in different months, but also communication, what to put to the national or local newsletter every month, what topics, and then also for the local president meetings, there are some topics what to discuss with local presidents when you are in the national board. So it takes like the both levels concerned. And yeah, this goes on. Now the actual year when you are in the position, let's check, for example, in May, a lot of these abbreviations and rows, a lot of tasks to all in the national board or local board. And also then thinking that what are the things that your own constitution, either local or national, will say, or then also JCI constitution. So some deadlines and tasks come from there. But then also this plan doesn't stop until the end of the year. So we go on to the end of December over there, but still we have a couple of pages left on this document. So also in the next January, February, March, April, there are tasks still to do with the old board. So fixing all the annual reports and the financial part. And some general things here at the end. So yeah, this is quite many pages. Actually, now I don't remember how many pages, but yeah, 12 pages. So yeah, there are things to do in the board. Don't be scared. It is quite close to the truth. So make sure that you understand the responsibility that you will take. But as in all tasks in JCI, it'll be worth it and much more. The things what we get to ourselves when we do things in JCI, they are so much like better and bigger, the benefits. So we do the work. Yes. And yeah, this is at the moment a Google Drive document, which you will get the view, right? So you can, for example, copy and paste it to your own document, and then make it personalized. Cool. And just 1 second. Moi moi. Yeah. Amanda says good night to everybody. Moi moi. Yeah. Yes. Being a mother and a JCI officer, it can be combined. Cool. All right. Then let's let this document go down again and back to the slides. Is there any questions in the chat at the moment? Because I don't see it when I share my screen.
No.
All right.
I am following the chat.
Just a lot of thank yous.
Presentations.
Yeah. Yes. Cool. All right. So yeah, you saw one model that was made for many years ago and to a totally different organization, different country and culture where you are. But whenever doing the modification and the real plans for your board and your future, your organization, remember to have your whole board aboard. So here in this picture, you can see my local board on the left side. So JCI Pirkanmaa board for 2011. And Lauri, how was it? What was the other picture from?
It is the JCI Finland National Board of 2018.
Yes. Right after the election. Cool. So yeah, making plans, don't do it alone, take it with your team. These ideas and whatever models and preparation tips and hints what you get from others, steal with pride. In JCI, when we do something that we find, hey, that was good, share those best practices and steal with pride. Make it even better when you steal it for yourself. These are not only trademarked Jenni's plan. No, it's all for you to use if you feel it helpful. And when making these amendments, then it really looks like your plan. So there might be some traditions in your organization that you need to think of. Yeah, and also the national and local constitution and policy manual, in case you have that kind of documents. And then the national and local plan of action for next year. So those documents that the members will vote on. And also depending on what positions, what titles you have in your board. So if you don't have, for example, a communications director or national information officer, whatever name, but somebody, special person to take care of communication. If you don't have it, then it doesn't mean that you just skip those tasks. No, you divide then those tasks some other way to the team. Maybe it might be, I don't know, secretary who takes one part of the job, and community responsible will take that part that goes to partners and whatever. So think in the team how it suits your plans and the team. Also, when doing it together, then you engage and commit the whole group of people to commit those goals, and also scheduling them. So I think at that point you have really taken this into detail. If you put, and even to your own calendar, and everyone in the board puts in their calendar, okay, got to remember in February this and this, we have a deadline there. So when doing it together, people commit better. And yeah, those tasks that you don't have anybody special assigned to, or it should be the other guy who does it. How to divide those? Also good to discuss in your own team to make it the best suitable for you all. Okay. At this point, actually, I want to. I want to see the cameras for a second. Can you raise your hands either like this in real life or in here in the, with that, what's that called, that action, if you already have done some preparations for next year as a leader, as a president in JCI organization? If you have already done some preparations, hand up. Good, I see some hands. Yes, and also here in the chat, some hands up. Good. And now we as a team, we 33 plus me and Lauri, how do we get all of you aboard? All of you start planning. Maybe this would motivate you a little bit. So yes, actually, there's no hurry yet, but also think about the candidates for your board for next year. Do you already know who those persons are? So shall you plan, start to plan something alone already? Or do you have some candidates together with you that you can plan still together already now? Think about it. And summer is almost here. And then suddenly it's already August, September. And then it's like, oops, where did all the time go? And also now when talking about annual planning, make also plan for your preparations. You can practice the scheduling. So if your real plan is about to start from, for example, now September, this autumn, but how about making a plan from now until September? When do you really write your plan of action and plan the budget, and yeah, with who, and what other tasks should you make some partnership contacting already at this point, or what are the things that really need to be done in good time beforehand? Practice the scheduling, and then when you have now practiced a little bit before the elections, then you can start and lead by example your team, so that they can then copy your actions when you have already practiced and you know how to do it. So then you get the whole team doing the same way. Yes. And also nowadays when we have these all fantastic technical tools to help you, like now Lauri presented this Excel file, and that my annual planner was in a Google Drive document. At the moment, there are Trellos and calendars, and I'm sure not the most technical person, but I managed to do this kind of planning. So it's just to figure out what do you need. Is there something that is too much? Do you really need to have also WhatsApp and Slack and Trello and Facebook group and everything? You have to think about it so that you have the things that you need, but then maybe not everything possible because we just can have it. Think what is good. Yes. Hey, we will have some time for the questions too. Great. But shortly about the support materials. So this is now the last topic. So yes, these documents in the library, the JCI strategic plan, which is for many years. So still 3 more years. And so when you find this document now once and read it once, but in your organization, it can be a base for the plan of action, also 2022, 2023. So that is a really good document. And of course, if you have a national strategy and even a local strategy, somebody might have. So those help in the long-term planning. And of course, the JCI plan of action of this year, and well, the next year's plan of action, usually it's published so late that it might be too late for the national plan of actions to be there like a base material. But the strategic plan helps quite well there. Of course, then JCI constitution and your own, those constitutions with some deadlines and important dates, for example, the membership fees, when do they need to be planned? And also then when we go one step down from the world JCI level, the Europe plan of action, what is there that can be adapted to your national plans, for example, and Europe constitution also for the payment deadlines, for example, as well as the budget then, so to see how much you will pay per member. Should we go to JCI.cc at this moment? Maybe we
can do.
Maybe we could take a short look there. Also, how well do I find the documents there? Because not this one, but okay, we take a new one. By the way, do you all have JCI.cc account? I see some faces doing like this. Yeah, so the first thing now, if you notice that, what is that web page? How do I log in? If you don't have your account, it's your homework after today's training. But those of you who already know, we go to login and oh, actually, I'm not sharing screen. Let's go back. So if I log out once more, JCI.cc, and here log in. So here on the left, you'll find library. And then now it's coming the interesting part, but I think it was here in national resources last time when I saw it. And from here, Okay, you find the strategic plan from A. And well, let's choose the English one, for example. The easiest one for me. So here. Yes. And you can download it from here. Do you see it? Yes, over there. So then you have it on your own computer and you don't need to go and look for it every time you need the document. Good, so that was the strategic plan. And then the 2020 plan of action. So the international plan of action. Also here, yes, bridge the gap, which is the theme for this year. Also this document you can download from here. Cool. And by the way, if you are thinking that why is this in national resources instead of, my first would be that these are international resources because they are for JCI International Plan of Actions and so on. But the way how this is now built, how they put the files here, is that who needs them, in what level you need these documents. So if you are in national board, the national president, then you check national resources. Where do you get help for national organization? So that's how I at least can think that why is it under this topic. So yes, by the way, one thing that I missed to have in the plan, and or it's in the Google Drive document, the 12-pager annual planner. There I have it like in some points, but I didn't say it earlier, that the 100% efficiency program that is also from JCI International, that is like a program that is to help you take good care of your organization. So it's a program where you collect points during the year while doing administrative things in the correct schedule, and also some other things, but mainly to take care of that you don't forget to do something important from the admin side. And when you do that in time, you get points. So it's like a competition. And those national organizations who do all those asked things, they reach the 100% efficiency, they get a very nice recognition. Sorry?
And they get this one.
Oh, yeah, sure. Oh, I will stop sharing. So, Lauri, show us.
Here it is.
It's just, I don't see you at the moment. Oh, there. Yes.
Oh.
What is that?
That is a very nice thing you can have in your office wall.
Okay.
You get on stage in the World Congress when you get announced that yeah, JCI Finland, you got that. My 100% efficiency plug is still in one moving, what is that? Muuttolaatikko, flyttlåda, moving box. I have my JCI diplomas still unpacked after 2 years of living in this this home. But they will get to the wall one day. Then I can show it. But good that we had one example here present. Yes. And so yeah, this efficiency program here, you also have the criteria, like what are the things that are asked for that program. Here is the guide. But these points I put to that annual planner, and it will be good for you also to check what are the nowadays the criteria, and put them to your plannings then. So for example, that you have your membership database, you have a membership lists. That is one point. Of course, every organization should have it, but do you really have it? This one makes sure that you will take care of it. Or conduct an officer's orientation. So for example, a kickoff or a training, local officer and national organization officer training, so that people really know what is the task that they're gonna do next year. When organizing this, you will get points. So these are really, like, it's not rocket science. Most of these are really like easy to understand, that yeah, of course we should do these things, and then you get these points, so you can then get this recognition. Cool. What other documents did we have? Shall I look for something?
Can I ask about Lauri's hot and sexy finance documents? Could
Yes.
they be found from the?
That is not here in JCI.cc yet.
Okay.
But
I just added it in my JCI drive, and I posted a link to the document in the Facebook event.
yes, and we will also share the slides for today, and also all the links that we have now been discussing about. So we will put them to the Facebook event. Yes. Cool, but I think that's enough for the surfing around, and then we just had some very nice last slides here to conclude. There's no passion to be found playing small, in settling for a life that is less than one you are capable of living. So dream big, I would say. Make big goals, a little bit too big goals that you really have to work on to achieve them. And together with your team, if you're dedicated, you will make it happen. And if weird things happen during the year, like during this very special year, if you keep the goal clear in your mind, you will find a new way towards it in whatever situation comes on the way. Thank you very much.
Kiitos, kiitos.
Cool. So yes. Thank you, thank you. Now we still have some time for questions, if there are.
I have a question for Lauri.
Yeah.
So earlier, when you showed your slides, you had what do you call it, like vice president and deputy president. What's the difference?
Oh yeah, in national level, in JCI Finland, we have in the national board there is 4 vice presidents responsible for each region of Finland, and then we have 4 executive vice presidents responsible for certain areas such as training or communication, and then we have a deputy president which is only preparing to lead the organization the next year.
Okay. Cool. Thank you.
Very good question. More questions? By the way, be prepared. We will take one more class photo of the fantastic group. So you can start to put the cameras on and check that it's really the hat is still there.
Jenni.
Yes.
Do you have plans for JCI for next year?
Good question. Yeah, I still have 2 more years as a member before I'm kicked out from the member side. And
because I just today called one member that I want to join next year's pink board, so I think there is still room for your services. Because okay. I think now it's time to Jenni come home. Maybe secretarian or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Think.
Think pink. Yes, we can maybe discuss that in another forum too. But yeah, for others also to know, Jarmo is the deputy of my Finnish local organization. So.
And this is your fault because you just said that start planning next year.
Yes, very good. Very good. Well, if we take one question again with the, or is Timo, do you have some question or you have hand up in the chat? Or in the
no, I'm good, thanks. I just wanted to raise my hand when you asked something that, okay, please raise your hand if it's so I'm good, thanks.
Yeah, okay, thanks. Good. High five.
High five,
yes.
High five.
Cool.
For the great training.
Great. Then we know it's a great training if you feel it's helpful and if you got at least one good idea that it was worth investing 1 hour of your time to be with us here today. So then it's good. Yeah. But let's take photos once more. So please, as many cameras on as possible. So we remember also later on who were here with us. Be brave. Put your cameras on. There are still many who are only a name on the screen. Yay! Now we're seeing more. Okay, so put your best smile on and keep it for a moment. I will take some photos here. And keep it. Even nicer. Lauri, you disappeared. Great, okay, that's it. So yes, let's keep the discussion going on in the Facebook group. We will post all the possible and impossible materials there, and you're free to contact us and also use these colleagues. We have now both local and national deputies here present, so you can also ask your colleagues, what would you do in this kind of situation, or share those best practices. Remember that, and steal with pride. Cool. Yes, Lauri, do you have some nice final quote or note? Or maybe he really is now disappeared. I don't see Lauri.
He's frozen.
Yeah, it's in Finland. It's very weird place. You might freeze there. Yes, but well, I wrote one quote from Lauri, which I want to. Lauri just said that he cannot join back. Okay.
Very nice of him to leave the picture, though.
For me, I see only the black.
Oh, I see him still smiling.
Ah, okay. Well, we do it like this.
But I'm also from Pori, so it might be the case.
Yeah, I call Lauri, so let's take him joining us. Always have the plan B. That is also a good reminder for you for, okay. Yay, Lauri, we got you back.
Excellent.
Now we can see Lauri. Yes.
I think my prepaid Zoom account was full.
Ah. Okay. Lauri, do you want to say some final words? And by the way, do you hear Lauri speaking now?
Do you hear me?
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
So, Lauri, final notes.
Loud and clear.
I'll try to keep this short and sweet, but I don't know if Jenni already said that, but main thing that I want you to take with you from this training is that start planning now. The sooner the planning is done, probably the better it will be done, and more time you have available for revising your thoughts, and more opportunities for ideas and plans to evolve better. But at least start with a big picture already now. That is maybe the main message I want you to take with you from the scene. But thank you so much for your interest, and thank you for participating in this meeting. It has been fun.
Yes, for sure we had fun, and there are so many happy faces in the audience, so I guess that you, Lauri, you and me were not the only one who had fun. Cool. But hey, stay in touch, and we will start now posting to the Facebook, and let's keep the good vibes on, and stay safe, wash your hands, and the normal things that we used to say, and we will hug then later on when it's again allowed. Yes. Okay. Yeah.
Bye.
So thanks everybody. Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye, everyone. Thanks,
Bye.
Jenni and Lauri.
Bye.
That was awesome.
Bye.
Ciao.
Ciao, ciao.
Bye, Oris.
Yay. We still have some here, Imak and Jari. We still have. I will close the recording at this point.